pandemic comes, there's no training manual on how to prepare for a global pandemic. Admittedly, it was mentally draining.
And I was excited, and then the pandemic happened, and I realized everything was going to change, and Teach for America realized everything was going to change permanently.
Here we've seen several schools have high turnover rates, and there are a lot of teachers that are choosing to leave the profession. However, with Teach for America, we have teachers that are choosing to go into the classrooms. They're choosing to make a difference in our children's lives, despite what is happening in education right now, and they have a passion for it. They want to dismantle unfair practices. They want to make sure that our students have the best opportunities. They look forward to going in the classroom. They are essential workers. They are essential to our future and our children's future, and us meeting the goals that we have for Teach for America. We at Teach for America believe that all children can learn. Sometimes that is through building relationships. Sometimes that is allowing students to have choice. Sometimes it's really meeting the whole child.
When students were allowed to come back in the building full time, I saw joy on their faces and joy in the classrooms. It was like the school had come to alive again. And I knew then, okay, this is what I need to do. I need to be a teacher because this is how it's supposed to be.
I saw, anxiety about COVID, about their grades, about what would happen if I called their parents if they got in trouble. But then on that flip side, I really saw so much growth in my students. Even though there was a lot of negative this year, I saw so much positive, so much growth and so much potential in all of my students.
Whole global pandemic going on, but they still find ways to laugh and still have fun. So I think that was refreshing to see.
They all have dreams and passions and goals of what they want to do in life. And if you are able to bring that out of them, the excitement and joy that they actually get for coming to school skyrockets so much. With the help of Teach for America and many other people within the organization, they've given us the tools and the resources and the knowledge in order to do so.
Teach for America, it takes people who traditionally wouldn't become teachers or educators, and then they pick the best of the best to go into these underserved classrooms. You serve a 2-year commitment to teach whatever subject that they need you to teach.
Teach for America gave us the basics. However, I appreciated Teach for America for preparing us to be flexible and to really go with whatever our school or our district was giving with us, because I had people from all over the country in my training. So they gave us the basics to feel grounded, but also gave us that creativity to branch out and do what was best for our students and our community.
We had second-year teachers that, they shifted. They had to shift. Some of our teachers weren't using Microsoft Teams as a program, and they had to do a complete shift at the beginning of this pandemic, and they were willing to.
Virtual teaching is very different. Since I had not been in my own classroom before, I didn't really know what to expect. So it took a lot of establishing culture at the beginning of the year. While they're in the classroom, we can kind of tell parents oh, this is what we're practicing, work with this at home. But when they actually are able to hear it, they are reinforcing those skills at home. And I've seen just a lot of parent involvement, and kids are growing a lot.
To be an alum means you are a person who just finished your 2-year commitment, and you have the option to either stay in the classroom or you can move on to other things. But I think the most important part of being an alum is somebody who carries their students with them no matter where they go, whether they stay in the classroom or they move on to other things. I definitely feel like the alumni network is something that has definitely tied me to Jacksonville. So again, I'm able to connect with people who care as deeply about these kids as I do.
I know there's a lot of talk about learning that has been lost. And I really appreciate our educators going in with the mindset that learning has not been lost and that we're just going to continue to build on what our students already have. That's the moment when you can allow a student to be themselves in your classroom, and what you teach goes beyond the classroom, goes beyond the school, where they can go into their own communities and make a difference. At Teach for America, our 10-year goal is by 2030, twice as many children in communities where we work will reach key educational milestones, indicating that they are on a path to economic mobility and a future filled with possibility. Teach for America finds, develops, and supports a diverse network of leaders working together to end educational inequity.